What's going on YouTube? Robbie again, and today we're going to be taking a look at Bandai and Tamashii Nation's SH Monsterarts Predator Wolf. Now this is the Predator that was seen in Alien vs. Predator, and he's got a little bit different style than the typical Predator from the first and second movies, but overall really cool looking. As you can see, he's missing a mandible up there, and he's got more mandible parts in the package. I don't know if that's to actually replace that or if that's something else entirely. I don't know honestly yet, but we will know very shortly. He's got a bunch of different hands here, which is very neat looking. You can see him in there. He also has a completely different head right up here, which is the masked Predator head. So that's also very cool. And yeah, I'm really excited to have this guy in hand finally. You can see on the back here, it's got a couple of the features, super movable, superposable, very neat optional parts, all the different weapons and accessories that he comes with, really nice. Also, okay, I guess those are to open his mouth. He's got those extra parts. Okay. And of course molding, so very cool. I'm really excited to have this guy in hand, and yeah, so I'm just gonna get this guy open and we will check him out in just a moment. Alright guys, so here is the Wolf Predator, and this thing's pretty cool. So I'm gonna show off some of the features really quickly here. So as you can see, we'll go over the articulation very briefly. So his head is on a ball joint here. As you can see, his neck is also on a nicely movable joint. I'm not sure if it's a ball joint. I think that it is under there, but he's got this little collar piece. But as you can see, very nice sculpting, very nice paint work. He is missing the mandible, so I do hope that they release a Predator that has like the full intact face. He's also got kind of a dead eye over on this side as well. One is yellow, one is like a kind of dark green. He's got some nice little armor bits all over here. And some of the armor bits, like this on his chest here and on his knees, are actually metal. I believe these are as well. So that's pretty cool. Let's see, he's got nice ball and socket shoulders. As you can see, you can kind of lift that up and kind of move it around. It can knock off the shoulder armor if you're not careful. The shoulder armor is on a little ball joint that has now slid down. Alright, we'll get this up, back up, and now I'm knocking pieces off. Yeah, and that is kind of my main concern with this guy, is that some of these bits are rather fragile. Not necessarily that they'll break, but that they don't particularly stay in incredibly well. But I imagine maybe you could put some floor polish on that and kind of thicken those pegs up enough that they'll kind of stay in a little bit better. So you saw the arm. He's got a bicep swivel. He's also got a nice kind of double hinged elbow here. So you got that going on. He's got, I believe, well, I'm just breaking stuff all over the place. Don't try and do a video, guys, and expect things to go as you wish. But he's got a bit of a rotation in his upper arm. It's very stiff and it's very difficult to do on camera, but he does also have a wrist swivel, and his hand is on a ball joint here. His fist is on there. As you saw before, I knocked it off quite successfully, but he does have the little wrist computer here, which I'll show you. got that, and you can just flip that up. So you've got that going on. Yeah, okay, there you go. He's got a waist swivel. He's also got an upper torso swivel. So very nice. Again, the arms, very cool. On this side, he's got the wrist blades, and you can pull these out to replace them with the shorter collapsed wrist blades. I'm going to try and do that here, but it's very small pieces. You just kind of just stick them in. Oh, this is not going well. There you go. So you can just pop those in, and you can see the difference in the size there. I'll just pull that right out. Put this one back in. There you go. So he's got ball and socket kind of ball jointed hips. They can actually go down as well as up and in. So you get some decent range of motion there as well. He has a double hinge knee. He has a swivel in the upper leg, and swivel kind of ball and socket at the foot, as well as a slight pivot in the foot and slight rotation of the toe. So that's pretty good articulation. You get a lot of really nice poses out of this guy. Some very nice natural looking poses. And that's really cool. So as for his accessories, as you can see, he's got the pole here, or the spear, I should say, and he does come with another collapsed spear, and there's a little hole right there. You can actually stick it onto the back of his armor, like so. All right, so you can carry that around. You can see on the side here, he's got a little vial of acid that you can pull out, and he does have that accessory as well. You can see on the side here, he's got the spiked whip, and he also comes with an extended spiked whip and a hand that can hold it. That hand can also hold the injector, so that's pretty cool. So let's see, and the hands are very easy to replace. You just pop one right off, and then pop the other one on. And he comes with several hands for either side. I believe the only hands that can hold things are... Oh no, that's not correct. So here's this side with the hole to actually hold items. He's got kind of a partially opened hand, fully opened hand, and he has the same for each side. Also, his mandibles, as you saw before, they can just pop right out, just like so. And you do get these more closed mandibles. I'm trying to pull all these out. They're just so tiny, tiny pieces. And then there you go. So you can have him with the more closed mouth as well. And this, the whip here just plugs right onto the side of his hip. So that's very cool. What else? He's got his medical pack back here on the back of his armor, and that can unplug and just pop right back on. He does have the shoulder cannon, which is nicely posable. You can rotate it up, go down. You can move it from side to side, and the cannon itself can also turn. So that's very cool. I think you can even, yeah, you can just unplug that as well. So very nice. You can have him take it off and throw it on the ground to challenge folks to a one-on-one battle. But also, he does come with this extra head, which is the masked head. And this is kind of my biggest, one of my biggest gripes with this figure, is that you have to pull the head off of the ball joint to change it out. But getting it back on securely can be very tricky. Not only you want to make sure that the necklace doesn't fall off, for starters, and then you got to find the little hole for the ball, little socket here, and then kind of move the hair out of the way. The hair is like it's each individual little tendril of hair, so that's pretty amazing, but can also be very frustrating when you're trying to cram a new head back on here. Ow. Yeah, it's not working. Let's pop this out of the way. There we go. I think that's got it. And as you can see, very cool masked head. And since the tendrils, or the hair, or whatever you want to call it, are all separate, you can kind of splay them out however you like to really give a very nice effect to the figure. But overall, just a really, really nicely done figure. I mean, it has its quirks, it has, you know, its flaws, certainly, but I think it's still really, really nicely done, especially for kind of the first foray into the alien and predator kind of theme. And this thing really needs some tightening up, I think. But yeah, overall, I'm quite impressed with it, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what they have coming down the line. Hopefully, you know, since they kind of made the Alien vs. Predator character first, then that means they'll have some time to kind of work on and perfect, you know, the certain aspects of the figure, and then come back to it, you know, with kind of a new, better understanding for the you know, for the original Predator, which hopefully will come before too long. But yeah, really, really cool figure. Definitely recommend it. You can find it on AmiAmi, Hobby Link, even Big Bad Toy Store also carries it, and many other places. But yeah, that's going to do it for this review, guys. I want to thank you so very much for watching. As always, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. And I've got more just cool collectible stuff coming up soon, so stay tuned for that. In the meantime, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.